So Stone Island just released a campaign featuring hardcore bands, and every media outlet is talking about it. Apart from, they're all missing one major part of the puzzle. If you're in the hardcore scene, you would have seen a lot of people wearing sneakers, streetwear, and sportswear for a very long time. And that's all because of the youth crew movement. Literally, if it wasn't for bands like Youth of Today, we'd probably all still be dressing like skinheads and punks. The original hardcore bands like Agnostic Front dressed a little bit more punk and skinhead. But then the youth crew movement came around, who were also straight edge, and they wanted to differentiate themselves from the people who weren't. So they started to dress in skatewear, streetwear, and sportswear. They were all sporty skater kids that wanted to identify themselves as clean living. And although they adopted some of the punk and skinhead look within their own, they also created a new look, which is what we have seen filter through into the rest of hardcore for many, many years. I made a video before about how hardcore kids are some of the OG sneakerheads, and it's the same for streetwear, because sneakers and streetwear go hand in hand. Now, where does Stone Island fit into all of this? Stone Island is a high-end streetwear brand that make incredible technical materials. People in the hardcore scene, especially in bands, love performance materials, because if you're running around on a stage all day, you want something that's high quality, that's going to be comfortable to wear, and that looks cool. Also, Stone Island has been adopted by so many alternative cultures, which a lot of other people have spoken about, like terrace casuals, and the music movements beside those are like the indie rock scene in the UK. A lot of people in hardcore bands are also massive UK indie fans. If you ask the majority of the UK hardcore scene and worldwide, they also love bands like Oasis, who have been notably, famously wearing Stone Island for many years. At the end of the day, this is a super authentic campaign. And when you get the right people at brands who are fans of these genres, they just put the right people on a pedestal. So I absolutely love this campaign. Shout out to the whole Stone Island team that made this happen, and also to the creative team behind the campaign. I cannot wait for the book that's going to come out in September, apparently. I'm going to need to get my hands on one of those. And if you're new to hardcore, please understand it's a very sacred space for a lot of people. It's not just a music genre, it's a community. The rules of hardcore: don't be a prick, don't be racist, sexist, homophobic. It's a safe space for a lot of people. The hardcore scene is where I've met some of my best friends. And just like Graham says in the campaign, it's for anybody, but not for everybody. I hope you stay, but Nazi punks can off. As I was editing this, I realized there was one really important thing I forgot to mention. Although I know that Stone Island is a menswear brand and they will always have a focus on menswear, there are lots of women who love Stone Island and hardcore too. As a stylist that's worked with the brand on and off for many years, I've always had a better pull when I'm working with men than if I'm working with women, even if I was styling for magazines like High Snobiety magazine. And I totally understand why. But in recent years, they've had more women in their campaigns, including female basketball players and football players. So with that in mind, Stone Island, if you're looking for a part 2 of women in the hardcore scene or the alternative music scene in general that love Stone Island, you're looking at someone that's kind of an expert in that and is a fashion stylist and creative director. And I would love to highlight that for you.